Alright class, it's week number 21 and it's lecture number 121, right? In the last classes before your assessments, we had covered the topic nth term and limits of accuracy, right? Now in today's class, we are going to revise the topic trigonometry. And why trigonometry? Because I think mostly students are not clear regarding the concepts of further trigonometry especially, right? So now you can see that we have two trigonometry. One is a trigonometry and the next one is further trigonometry. So what is the difference between these two? We know that we apply trigonometry when the angle is 90 degree, or you can say that you have a right angle triangle. But when you will apply further trigonometry, that means when you are not dealing with the angle that is 90 degree. It can be lesser than 90 or it can be greater than 90 but not equals to 90. In trigonometry, we have right angle triangles, right, in which there are three sides. One is hypotenuse, that is opposite to 90 degree. One is opposite, that is opposite to the given angle. And the leftover side we have is adjacent, right? That is a triangle we discussed in a normal trigonometry. In further trigonometry, we have a triangle that is not a right angle triangle, and we have three sides A, B, three angles A, B and C. The side opposite to angle is A, opposite to angle B, B and opposite to angle C is C. The capital letters are the angles and the small letters are the lengths. In a normal right angle triangle, when you need to find out the area, you will see that it's 1/2 base into height. When you need to find the area in further trigonometry, the working formula is area is equals to 1/2 AB sine C, right? And to demonstrate that how we find the area, I say that you need two lengths and angle between them to find area. And what does it mean? Let's suppose that you have a triangle 6, 8 and 40, and you need to find out the area of that triangle. So for area, I need two lengths. So one length is 6, one length is 8. The angle must be lie between those two lengths, so that will be sine 40, and that is the important statement. That is the important statement, that angle must be lie between them. Let's suppose if you have a similar question, like 6, 8 and 40, but now in this case you can see that angle is not what we are looking for. So for that triangle, you cannot find the area until you have that angle. So angle plays an important role to find out the area of a triangle. So up till now, if you want to note down it, so you can note down, and the time you have to write all those things, if you find it necessary, is 1 minute. So start. Alright, moving on to the next subtopics of trigonometry and further trigonometry. Alright, so the first thing that we have discussed is about the area. The next thing, in trigonometry we had a three basic working formula of sine, cos and tan, and we refer them as so, ka, toa. Right? And what does sine, cos, tan represent? Sine is a function which says that sine angle is equals to O stands for opposite and H stands for hypotenuse. So sine is basically the ratio of opposite and hypotenuse. If you talk about cos, so cos is ka, A stands for adjacent and H for hypotenuse. So cos is adjacent over hypotenuse, and for tan is O and A, that means opposite over adjacent. Right? So that these are the three basic working formulas that you can apply in trigonometry. Keep in your mind that whenever the theta is 90 degree, you can apply any one of them. It depends on the question. The next confusion that I found in the students' paper, that they are not clear regarding the sides, at which sides is hypotenuse and which sides is adjacent. So let's suppose you have a right angle triangle, right? You have a right angle triangle. The angle you have here is 60. The hypotenuse is 10, and you need to find the value of x and y. So if you are confused that which trigonometric formula you need to apply here, so my recommendation is first you need to make the data. That is very important, and data will lead you that which working formula you need to apply. So angle is known, that is 60. The side 10 is hypotenuse as it lies opposite to 90 degree. So hypotenuse is 10. The side x is your opposite because it is opposite to the given angle, right? So opposite we have is x, and the leftover side, that is A, is y. So that is your data. There are two unknowns in a question. So we will take them one by one. So at first I am going to take H and O, right? One unknown is opposite and hypotenuse is given. After that, in which working formula we have O and H? If you see tan, it's O and A. If you see cos, it's A and H. But in sine, we have O and H. That means we need to apply sine here. Sine angle is 60. Opposite is x and hypotenuse is 10. So sine 60, whatever the value is, multiplied by 10 gives you the answer x. Right? Similarly, if you need to find out y, now you know no need to consider x. Consider hypotenuse and y, these two. Right? Hypotenuse and y. So hypotenuse and adjacent, they comes in cos. Now you need to apply cos here. Cos angle 60, working formula is adjacent, that is y, over hypotenuse, that is 10. So cos 60 multiplied by 10 gives you the value of y. Alright, so that's how you find out the unknown value by using trigonometry. Now if you have a question that why we are not using the value x here to find out y, let's suppose that somehow your x value is wrong, because in paper you don't know the answer. And if you use the wrong value to find the second unknown, that means it will also be a wrong value. So try to use the data from the question to find out the unknown value, so that you will be 100% sure that it will be right. Alright? So that is a case of trigonometry. Now in further trigonometry, we have law of sine. What is law of sine actually? it's A over sine A is equals to B over sine B is equals to C over sine C. That is actually law of sine, right? For our triangle that is not a right angle triangle, you can apply law of sine. Alright, so if you want to note down the solution up till now, you can, and for that purpose you have a minute, and then I will start with law of sine. So you can start. Alright, now law of sine has a weightage of 3 marks in your CIs. 3 marks question it is, right? How you need to apply? Let's take an example first. Let's suppose that you have a triangle. You have a triangle PQR. PQR. The angle R is 100 degree. The angle P is 20 degree. The side X is unknown, the side Y is unknown, and this PQ has a value of 5. Alright. So how do you know that? You need to apply law of sine here to find out X and Y. For law of sine, you need to focus on pair. And by pair, I refer that one angle and side opposite to that angle must be known. So what does it mean that one angle and side opposite to that angle? Let's suppose that we have an angle here 100 degree, right? And the side that is opposite to 100 is 5. That means now you can apply law of sine here. That is a very basic but strong technique to remember that when you need to apply law of sine. Once you have the pair, that means now you can find out the remaining unknown by using the formula of sine. Alright, so how you are going to apply that? First you need to take the side that is 5 against the angle it is facing, that is 100. So it's 5 over sine 100 is equals to, the side that I need to find here is X, and the angle that is opposite to X is 20, so that will be sine 20 degree, right? Once you made the equation, it will be rewarded as 1 mark. The 1 mark is for the calculation and the last 1 mark is for the answer. So if you solve it, so it will be 5 sine 20 dividing on the right side. When you shift on the left side, it will be multiplied with 5. So 5 sine 20 divided by sine 100 gives you the value of X. So calculate it from the calculator and then compare your answer. So sine 20, it's 0.34 times 5 divided by 100 sine. So its value is, I hope that you are getting the same value. Its value is 1.736. that is your x, right? Now you have the value of x, you need to find out the value of y. But before that, we need to find out that third angle here. We know that the sum of angle of a triangle is 180. If the first angle is 100, the second is 20, then the leftover part is 60. Now, 5 and 100 is known. We are going to use that again. So 5 divided by sine 100 is equals to, the given side is y and divided by sine 60. Now make y the subject, it will be 5 sine 60 divided by sine 100 is equals to y. Alright, calculate it. Sine 60 times 5 divided by 100 sine, it's 4.39. So the value of y is 4.39 and that is your answer. Alright, so keep in mind that whenever we are going to apply law of sine, the thing that we need to focus on is the pair. If the pair is known, then you can find out the remaining unknown by applying law of sine. That is the most easiest way to explain where you need to apply law of sine, because mostly students had a problem where we need to apply law of sine or where we need to apply law of cosine. Alright, so you can note down the solution in your copy, and for that purpose you have a time of a minute, so start doing it. After law of sine, we are going to cover law of cosine. It is just for a revision, because in your assessments it has been observed that in those topics mostly students made a mistake. Alright, so after that, after law of sine, we have law of cosine here. The first thing about the law of cosine, that it has a 4-mark question in your paper, a good weightage question of law of cosine. So where you need to apply law of cosine, the first thing, all lengths are known and angle is unknown. That is the first case, and if I draw a figure of this case, so it will be, let's suppose you have a question that the lengths are 5, 7 and 9 and you need to find the smallest angle. So the case is when all the lengths are known and angle is unknown, so you need to apply law of cosine, and in that part specifically the smallest angle means the angle that faces the smallest length. So the smallest length here is 5, that means the smallest angle that we need to find here is x, right? So that is the first case of law of cosine. The second case is case of V. Now what does it mean? Let's suppose that you have a triangle shape V, right? The side is 5, the side is 7, the angle of V is given, that is 60, and the side opposite to that angle is unknown, so you need to apply law of cosine here. So whenever you are dealing with the questions, you need to identify it is a V question or not. If it is a V question, by V I meant that both of the lengths are given and angle between those two lengths is given and side opposite to angle is unknown. That is the case of V, and you can apply law of cosine here. Right? Now the working formula. There is no need that you are going to learn the working formula. You need to remember the technique how you are going to apply the working formula. So I am just leaving these two cases above, and first I am going to tell you how you are going to apply law of cosine. So first I am going to take alphabets here A, B, C. Alright, let's suppose this angle here is X. Not X, it must be C. That's side opposite to angle, right? So the first step to apply law of cosine is you need to write down the angle. So I will say that it's cos C, right? Angle is C, and the side opposite to angle, it must be on the left side. So the side opposite to angle, it's C, so it will be C square. The remaining two sides, the pattern to write those two sides is same for all the law of cosine. That will be a square plus b square minus 2 times a times b cos c. That is a pattern, right? Now suppose that now we have angle B, right? So if I say cos B, on the left side we have the side opposite to angle, it's B, so that will be B square. The remaining two sides are A and C, so the pattern is A square plus C square minus 2 times A into C into cos B. For the last part, let's suppose that you have an angle A. First try to write down the formula by yourself, and then I will write. So it will be, first you need to write down the angle, that is cos A. The side opposite to that angle is A square. The remaining two sides are B and C, so it will be B square plus C square minus 2 times B C cos A. So that's how we are going to apply law of cosine, and that is a working formula for law of cosine. So if you consider the triangle in which V is given and you need to find out the value X, so the first important thing is you need to write down the working formula. So first you need to take out the angle, that is 60. So I will write cos 60. On the left side I have the side opposite to that angle, that is X, so it's X square. The remaining two sides are 5 and 7. The pattern is same, that is 5 square plus 7 square minus 2 times 5 times 7 times cos 60. Now you need to calculate it. Keep in mind that it is a 4-mark question. You need to write down show your working in that part. So 5 square is 25, 7 square is 49 minus 2 5s are 10, 10 7s are 70. The value of cos 60 is 0.5, and on the left side we have x square. So 70 times 0.5, that will be 35. 25 plus 49, it's 74 minus x square. 74 minus 35, it's 39. Now we have x square is equals to 39. We know that to cancel the effect of root, you need to apply a root on both sides. So the final value of x we have is 6.24. That is your answer by using law of cosine, and that is a 4-mark question. Make sure that you are not making any mistake in law of cosine, because these 4 marks are very easy to gain. Alright, just the application of the right working formula and steps of working should be correct, So you will be rewarded with 4 marks, and that is very good weightage marks. Alright. Now for the second case, alright, if you need to note down the solution, you have a minute. So start. Alright. Now for the first case in which angle is unknown, mostly students made a mistake in that type of question. So first we are going to apply the working formula, and the trick is same. I am going to write down the angle first, so it's cos x, and the side opposite to that angle is 5 square. That is very important, right? The side opposite to that angle is 5 square. Now the remaining two sides, the pattern is same. It's 7 square plus 9 square minus 2 times 7 into 9 times cos x. I will show you the step of working step by step, so you make sure that you are not making any mistake in such type of working, because mostly students getting the answer of mathematical error in such type of questions. So the first step is 25 square is 25 is equals to 7 square is 49, 9 square is 81 minus 2 sevens are 14, and 14 times 9 is 126 cos x. If I add them, 49 plus 81, that is 130 minus 126 cos x, and on the left side I have 25. Now the students what made the mistake, mostly they subtract these two values, but you cannot subtract them, right? Instead of subtracting these two values, I am going to shift 126 cos x on the left side and 25 on the right side. So 130 as it is on its place. When you shift 25 on the right side, it will be minus 25. When you shift minus 126x on the left side, it will be 126 cos x. And why I did so? On the above step, I have a negative sign with angle, and now I have positive sign. That's why I converted on the left side. 130 minus 25, that will be 105 is equals to 126 cos x. 126 is multiplying on the left side. When you shift it on the right side, that will be 105 divided by 126. Alright, so when we divide 105 divided by 126, it's 0.833. 0.833. Here you have cos. If you shift it on the right side, that will be cos inverse. From your calculator, you can find out the cos inverse, and the value, the final answer of x is 33.5 degrees. So that's how you apply law of cosine when the angle is unknown. Alright, note down the solution. You have a time of few seconds, not a minute exactly. Alright, so we had discussed the whole topic of trigonometry and further trigonometry in detail. We know There are two law of sine and law of cosine. We know where to apply which law. Now you need to apply all those things on the past paper question which you can see on your screen. In the first part, you need to calculate QPR. If I highlight the angle QPR, so that means this angle is unknown, right? How we are going to find out the angle? If you see that all these three lengths are known and there is no right angle triangle, that means that is a case of further trigonometry. And in further trigonometry, when all the lengths are known and angle is unknown, that means for the first part you need to apply law of cosine. Alright, so how you are going to apply it will be, the angle is P, its cos P is equals to side opposite to angle is 91 square. The remaining two sides are 64 square plus 53 square minus 2 times 64 times 53, and you need to copy the same working which I discussed in the above question. Alright. After that, in the part B, it says the angle RPS. If you need to highlight the angle RPS, so that is your required angle. How you are going to find that angle? So firstly, we need to finalize that which law we need to apply here. So you can see that the side 74 and the angle opposite to that side is also known. We have a pair in that question, and by pair we need to apply law of sine. So for the second part, how we are going to apply it will be 74 divided by sine 68 is equals to, the side opposite to angle is 53, right? So it will be 53 divided by sine s. You can find out the angle s from law of sine. After the value of angle s, we know that the third angle we can find out by adding these two angles and subtract from 180, so you will get your required angle. For the third part C, the law of area of triangle, we know that for area we need two sides and angle between those two sides. So it says PRS, so the two lengths are 53 and 74. 53 and 74, and the angle that lies between these two sides is P, so it will be sine P. So that's how you need to apply trigonometry in your past paper questions, and you can see that the weightage of this question is 8 marks. 3 marks for law of cosine, 3 marks for law of sine, and 2 marks for area. Law of cosine may varies from 3 to 4 marks, not less than that. Alright, so I think that it is a good revision of the topic trigonometry and further trigonometry, and now you have a clear idea how you need to apply the working formulas. You can verify your answers from the marking scheme. It's December 06 paper 2 question number 3. You can easily find out the marking scheme on Rove papers or teachify.com, any website you like. Alright, so that is enough for today class. It's a revision of the topic further trigonometry. I hope that you now have the clear idea. Inshallah, in next class we are going to continue the revision of one more topic, or maybe the paper 1 in the next class. So see you next class. Take care and Allah Hafiz.